Welcome, Geminis. Welcome to Kiki's Doorway. Let's see what your soulmate wants to make moves in regards to November 13th to November 15th, 2018. God, Gaia, God, Goddess, Mother, Father. What movements will Mr. and Miss Gemini's soulmates will be making in action? Okay, so your soulmates, including yourself, know what action. So let's see what the movement is going to be on. Masculines, Geminis, you and your soulmate are making moves in regards to, like when we think of farm life, what is the first thing that comes to your mind, masculine Geminis? Is it the animals itself and how to upkeep it? Or is it the repetition in which needs to be done? So, the first thing that comes into my mind is when waking up. Would it be 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning? Depends on what farm life. So, in your past life, you and your soulmate, masculine Geminis, worked as a team when it came to how to operate a farm. When is it the best time to wake up? When is it the best time to feed the cattle or the animals in the barns? Which food groups does each animal, or what foods do each animal like in regards to making them healthy? So if this is in regards to your career or your foundation of how you look at yourself or your life, you're going to make movements in adjusting how you might wake up in the morning, how you even operate when it comes to your daily life. Maybe before, you might have just woke up, brushed your teeth, washed your face, did the basics. Maybe putting on music when you wake up in the morning. Like, rather than have an alarm clock that just makes you want to slap it back down so you can go back to sleep, putting on, I forget, oh my God, I know my grandmother would have got at me. I believe it's roosters that woke us up naturally in the morning if he was a farmer. So having our alarm clock is like a digital rooster, if you may. Even having music on being your alarm clock. Now they have alarm sounds on there, or having it where you create your own alarm system to wake you up would be good. Or even if you had alarm, putting on music, or if this is things you like to do, exercise in the morning, or taking walks. If you're not into exercising, taking a 5 or a 10-minute walk before going out can change a lot. That would mean rather than wake up, say for instance you woke up at 7, you might want to wake up at 5 now if you want to get in an actual walk or this to relax yourself for a minute. These are things you and your soulmate are thinking about. What are the ways you want to make movements when it comes to your foundation, to yourself? It's kind of like giving yourself permission to pamper you, to pamper your best interest. Now that makes sense. Female Geminis, you and your soulmate have learned lessons as blessings. So just like your masculine counterpart, Miss Gemini, when it comes to how they look at foundations or how they look at the way they want to set their daily regimen, female Geminis, you and your soulmate are looking at the lessons you might have learned in regards to what makes you want to make movements. Like, what has excited you, Miss Gemini? Whenever you get a chance, Mr. and Miss Gemini, check out Aries reading. It's something is telling me, because they're all about action as well, and that is your opposite sign. Well, your opposite sign is Sagittarius, which is the go-getter. But before you become that go-getter, you want to become your anchor of your actions. And Aries is the best way to understand what anchors you in movement. When it comes to Miss Gemini, for example, waking up in the morning. What if you used to waking up in the morning? Like, okay, Kiki, I'm used to waking up in the morning. I have a good regimen. But do you feel like that regimen is good for you? Or it makes you feel compelled to make movements throughout the day? For example, I might have to start going back to Kiera Lachey's exercises, because she gets me up and going. She's a dancer and she's a really good trainer. Also, I had to go and talk to my dance instructor, Miss Tabitha, because she gets me up and going, and she might give me an idea of how to use movement throughout the day to keep me motivated. This is what you're thinking about, Miss Gemini. What in your life, looking at your life from your age now to the time you were young, I say around 5 years old. I don't know why. I guess it's because the 5 is all about change, and it's in the house of Leo. So what in your life, in your lives, the life that you have lived, let me say, or the years you have lived so far, what have been events in your life or your own personality or a particular emotion that always got you to make moves, Miss Gemini? This is the time to do that. For me, it's always when somebody says I can't do something, or when someone says, oh, you should just do something else for right now. It will help with this. I will listen to them, and I would still take their advice and still make those type of moves. But at the same time, I still give myself enough energy to make the moves that I want to make. So that way I'm not disrespecting people that give me really good advice, but I'm also being logical with myself and say, I know me, and I know if I was to use their suggestion all the way, I would probably have resentment for it, because it's like saying I lost in what I was trying to pursue and I should just settle. That's my reaction. So now I learned as a lesson in my blessings that it is okay to listen to suggestions, even utilizing that suggestion, but also make room, Miss Gemini, for your own suggestions. Like, yes, you can listen to somebody and do it like half the day, or using 50% of your energy, but that other 50%, or even using 30 or 40% of that suggestion to do, and that other 60 or 50 you can utilize what you suggest in a physical way as movement too. So say, for instance, someone told you to tie your shoe a different way. Okay, you can tie it. What if it actually works for you? So now you know a new way to tie your shoe. However, still practice their way. But then as you're practicing their way, you're figuring out what is a way that I can tie my shoe that I feel comfortable with. It might be taking a little bit of what they suggested along with what feels comfortable when you're putting your shoes on and your laces. If that makes sense to an everyday situation. Masculine Geminis, you and your soulmate are becoming the Sagittarius. So it was felt earlier that fire is going to be of your movement. But I wasn't sure if it was going to be of the 5th house or the 9th house. Now we know. For masculine, it's going to be your 9th house of becoming that go-getter. You and your soulmate. So, as you're understanding, like, what are the ways that you want to upgrade yourself when it comes to how you get yourself up in the morning, how you get yourself dressed, what way you want to dress yourself, and what way, even taking a different route to work or taking a different route to the grocery store or to a deli store will give you a different perspective of what energy comes after that. When you're doing this, you're realizing that you're not giving up on the things that you believe in, because the foundation is there. It didn't feel like I was saying in regards to changing your life completely. It was just more of, your life is great. How can you make it where it really does fit your personality? So, yes, you might wake up, wash your teeth, brush your teeth, wash your face, and, take a shower. But is that really the way you would have done it when you were younger? Did your mother or your father or your uncle, whoever you live with, did they put on some smooth jazz? Did they put on music? Did they have food cooking in the morning? What kind of food made you want to get up so you could get to school, or get up to get to wherever you want to go? These are the things that you're going to be seeing as the life lessons like Miss Gemini and using in your life. And when you're doing that, you're seeing that you and your soulmate are protecting things in which you are creating. So if that means if you like to put on rock music in the morning, or hey, do it. If you like to do classical, la 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 la, you'll do that. Hey, if that's what gets you up. If you like that rap music, that ratchet, whatever gets you up, even throughout the day, whatever motivates you to stay moving throughout the day, now's the time to implement them. Because no one is going to stop you from which gives you courage. Again, that courage is from that 5th house. So you still have your will in this. And that is showing you physically how and why believing in yourself is so important. Because as you're setting these things in motion and movement, then your foundation will take you very far in your next endeavor. Female Geminis, you and your soulmate are coming from the 9, from that go-getter attitude that masculine energy has, and then you translated that with your soulmate and yourself to become the Queen of Earth, which is all about being thoughtful. Yes, you're still using your creativity. You're still using your courage in how you create your foundation and how you look at your lessons in your life as blessings. Looking at, okay, I know what really works for me and how I can upgrade it in my age and my time right now. You're taking a warm approach. And from this, you're making time for those around you, including yourself. And taking a sensible approach is necessary. A sensible approach is your own senses, using your 5 senses, how you feel about it. How does it make you communicate it mentally? How do you see those movements changing your world in a positive way? How, when you hear yourself speak about it, or people when they speak to you about the changes you have made and the way you have used your lessons, how it has made you want to project that even more. So yes, challenges you will be able to deal with, because the Queen is all about dealing with challenges head on in a kind and understanding manner. So, masculine and feminine Geminis, you and your soulmate are taking your life lessons, the years that you have spent on this planet, and the ways in which you could say, how can I use my natural lessons that I've learned so far to give me movement? What key words have always caused me to make movements? For example, when people say I can't, I want to show them I can. When people, or even when I give myself a negative talk, like, oh, I should put this on hold, that will make me want to push even more. I might reschedule my life so that way I can do certain things. For example, my phone might be cut off on Thursday. So I love to read. Is that going to stop me from reading with you guys? No. I might just do more readings tonight and tomorrow. So just in case I can't find the finances to pay off the phone, I at least know that what I love has been sent out before that happens. If it doesn't, if I'm able to pay my phone bill, at least I know that everybody that I care about watch these readings, gets them on time and maybe a little early. So, hey, maybe that earliness, maybe from my lack of, or my delay in my finances, is actually pushing me to do more readings. So that way, if I ever had a situation where it's not anything a problem, I know I have now an energy to do more. But I needed a circumstances to allow me, just like you, Mr. and Miss Gemini, allow you that space to make the moves that you knew you could do. You just needed a blueprint or a blank canvas to see it. Whenever you get a chance, check out the description box below. I always leave a paragraph to be our template or map for the next couple of days. I love you. I love you, Mr. and Miss Geminis. We will see you on the other side.